Humans went to the moon more than 50 years ago, with computers weaker than a calculator, with screens in black and white. So here is the mystery people keep asking today. If we went to the moon back then, why is going back so hard now? The answer is not what most people expect. In 1969, humans landed on the moon. Not robots, not probes, people. They stood on a silent surface under a black sky and looked back at Earth. This was part of the Apollo program. 6 successful landings, 12 humans walking on another world. From the outside, it looks simple. A flag, footprints, a quick return. But that memory hides how extreme the effort really was. The moon landing was not a normal space project. It was an emergency. The first moon missions happened because of fear. Cold War fear. The United States and the Soviet Union were racing for dominance. Technology was power. Space was proof. Losing the moon meant losing global influence. So governments did something they almost never do. They removed limits. Money stopped being a question. Risk stopped being a barrier. Speed mattered more than safety. At its peak, the Apollo program used over 400,000 people, engineers, scientists, factory workers. Entire cities were focused on one goal. Today, that kind of pressure does not exist. No rival is threatening to claim the moon tomorrow. No global panic is forcing instant action. Modern space programs move slowly because society demands caution. And caution changes everything. People often say, our technology is better now, so it should be easy. That sounds logical, but space does not care about logic. Modern technology is powerful, but it is also complex. Apollo computers were simple. They did one job. They failed predictably. Modern systems are layered, interconnected, sensitive. One small software error can cancel an entire mission. In the 1960s, astronauts flew with problems on board and solved them in real time. Today, one unexpected bug can ground a rocket for years. Progress made things safer, but it also made things slower. And slower feels like harder. Here is something uncomfortable. We lost the knowledge, not the physics, not the math, the practical knowledge. Thousands of small decisions made Apollo work. Welding techniques, material tricks, assembly methods. Much of it was never fully documented. Engineers retired, factories closed, parts stopped being made. When NASA tried to rebuild the Saturn V rocket, they discovered they could not. The blueprints existed, but the skill did not. It is like having a recipe without knowing how to cook. Going back to the moon means relearning forgotten craftsmanship, not just building new machines. Another myth is that the moon is easy once you know the way. It is not. The moon is brutal. Dust sharp enough to cut seals. Temperature swings that destroy materials. Radiation with no atmosphere for protection. Apollo missions were short for a reason. They stayed days, not months. Today's missions aim for permanence. Bases, long stays, repeat landings. That changes everything. A weekend visit is easier than moving in. Apollo astronauts accepted extreme risk. They knew the odds. Some estimates say early missions had a 1 in 3 chance of failure. That is unthinkable today. Modern space agencies operate under public scrutiny. Every accident is global news. Every failure demands answers. So systems are tested again and again. Redundancy is added. Timelines stretch. This does not make missions weaker. It makes them responsible. But responsibility is slow. And slow looks like inability to the outside world. The first moon landings had one goal: land, walk, return alive. That was it. Today's missions want science, resources, sustainability. We want to mine ice, study geology deeply, prepare for Mars. That means heavier equipment, more launches, more coordination. Going back is not about repeating history. It is about expanding it. And expansion is harder than repetition. Apollo was powered by a single message: beat the other side. Modern moon missions involve many countries, many companies, many priorities. International cooperation is powerful, but it requires compromise. Budgets change, governments change, plans pause. The moon is no longer a race, it is a negotiation. Here's the truth most people miss. Going to the moon was never easy. It was dangerous, expensive, uncertain. The only difference is that in the past, humanity was willing to accept those costs instantly. Today, we ask harder questions. Is it worth it? Is it safe enough? What comes next? Those questions slow us down, but they also mean something important. We are no longer proving we can go. We are deciding why we should.
Despite everything, we are returning. Not because it is easy, not because it is fast, but because the moon still matters. It holds history, resources, perspective. Standing there reminds us how fragile Earth is, and how far humans can go when they choose to. Here is the realization. Going back to the moon is harder now, not because we are weaker, but because we are wiser. We no longer rush blindly. We no longer accept massive loss as normal. We aim to stay, not just visit. The first moon landing proved humanity's courage. The next one will prove humanity's patience. So the real question is not why it is harder now. The real question is, what kind of explorers do we want to be this time? If this changed how you see space history, share what surprised you most. And if you enjoy calm, thoughtful journeys like this, you're always welcome to like, comment, and subscribe.